have new sets of experiments, but the most important thing in my mind is innovation, not only in academics, not only innovation in management and administration, but in my mind, it should be innovation in really framing not only the curriculum, even going back that why should one study only physics, chemistry, mathematics? You know, from time immemorial, we'll have to give only, you know, honors course or BSc course. In these subjects, can we not think about something else? Why not? The university should think about and address the problems of the Nagaland people. You know, what they need. Can we not think about, you know, given even a BSc honors course in healthcare science, an MSc course in healthcare science, which will be more relevant to what he is doing. It will be, you know, involving, because unless his life is involved in what is being taught, it becomes absolutely meaningless. And that's where comes the innovation. Naturally, you know, I mean, innovation in academics, for doing that now, you have to go more details. Apart from the peripheral things like administrative issues, the universities, you know, I mean, I can tell you why the universities cannot grow, because now that I have got, you know, I have got 30 years of IIT experience and now 2 years of university experience. The first thing I noticed is the university structure. It needs radical reform, frankly speaking, because so many, you know, committees, this rule, that rule, so many things, that it appears to me that those have been framed to ensure that you don't move in academics. The rules have been so framed that it ensures that there is no development in academics. Whatever you want to do, you do. You know, then somebody says that, sir, clause 8C says that it cannot be done unless it goes through this committee, that committee and all. It's, you know, terrible. Where, again, you know, Tagore, more than 100 years back, in one of his poems says, "Stober banir aral hotei tomaye daki." We are, you know, not, we have thought, we never think about the God or the spirit whom we are worshipping. We are more concerned with how to make all the other arrangements, peripheral things. Nobody just goes into the real academics. Students are the last in our minds. Let us, time has come when we all from the universities, let us frankly, you know, I mean, agree that the students are the last in our minds of the academic administrators and all of us, the teachers. Because we have never given any thought to them. What do they need? What are their aspirations? Because with time, you know, their aspirations are changing. Their requirements are changing. The requirements of the world is changing. But academics has stood out there. Academician says that we won't change. We won't change ourselves. We will be there teaching the same old thing for the last 100 years. Even in engineering, I am from engineering background. I can just tell you, you know, nobody can even think about that. Why should there be that partitioning? Mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, electronics. I am from electronics. Again, you know, IT. My colleague from IIT Delhi, he's here. IT, computer science, this, that. You know, Tagore more than 100 years back, even before that, you know, our forefathers, they had understood the whole knowledge space cannot be divided. Partitioning of knowledge space cannot be. Because there's a university, a whole. You know, Professor Richard Feynman, all of you have heard of him, not only a Nobel laureate, but possibly one of the greatest thinkers of our century and our times. So he once wrote that a glass of wine, some poet had once said that a glass of wine, he could see the whole universe on a glass of wine. Feynman writes, he was a very humorous kind of a person. So he writes that poets write a lot of things, nobody knows what is in their mind, but what he has with a glass of wine written is truly the the correct thing. Because if you just see the glass of wine, you will see that there is a glass. Now wine, it gets evaporated. It has got a lot of physics in it, because the rate of evaporation will depend on a lot of other peripheral atmospheric conditions. It has got glass. It talks about one of the Earth's oldest, from Earth's crust, the glass is. So it talks about the rocks. It talks about the science of transformation of rocks to glass. It talks about a lot of chemistry, the chemistry of wine, which talks about fermentation, which is the physics and chemistry of life. So in a sense, it's all, the whole universe is embedded in a glass of wine. Richard Feynman says, unfortunately, we, the lesser mortals, we have now divided, partitioned this physics, this chemistry, this geology, this thing, and then more and more specialization without having any interlinking between them, and talking about something which does not really address the problems of the society. That kind of fragmentation of knowledge, we have to go back. So if somebody asks me that what should be discussed in such world forum, we should discuss, again, many of the people may not be in agreement with me, but then I have got only one point, because the role of the universities is only advancement of knowledge. For that, the rules should be simplified. It should see to it that there is because that is the ultimate objective. So objective function has to be kept in mind very clearly. Number two, that not much of fragmentation anymore. This era, 21st century, should see more of integration. It should be more of integration of knowledge space. And while doing the integration, you have to be innovative. So I told my colleagues in my university, I do a lot of, academic discussion. I said that, look, I do not know your clause number 8C, you take care of them. Clause number 10C, those are all immaterial. I need that this has to be done, you take care of, okay, by clause number 86, which committee, get it passed, that's all. And then, very fortunately, I have got a set of faculty who I am very friendly with them. I said that, look, I do not really go through all those nitty-gritties. There are a lot of things, for the last 2 years even, I could not be very much at ease with them. Now, Mr. Kapil Sibal is going to transform it to a central IIST, and ours will be the first IIST in the country. And we'll be, giving more stress on research and postgraduate only, not the undergraduate. So the whole thing will now take a turn where I'll be more comfortable with. But then, how to make, why should there be only physics and chemistry? Can we not relate physics with their life? Can we not develop a course which really makes sense to them? Can we not give a course to our first year students which addresses the basic problems of the earth today? The problem of, like say, this year I have given a problem to my first year students. I do not take their classes. I will take a class for them from next semester on physics. But then I said that, okay, you go through the internet and you see that for the last, say, 20 years in certain countries, how the power consumption has increased, and at the same time, how the carbon dioxide emission also has increased. Now, then they did it. Very smart boys. I said that now you find out whether there is a correlation between them. The mathematics teacher now should tell them that what is the technique, how the technique of correlation, what are the strategies, what are the mathematical techniques available, and it should be applied to this. They should know regression, not just, the teacher comes and then writes something on the blackboard and says that, okay, this is a question, all rubbish. In fact, the whole university system has to relook its own content, its own administration and everything. Thank you very much for giving me a patient hearing. Thank you.